r/AskReddit. What is the worst reason someone has used to reject you? I got the privilege of being the see if I could do this relationship after a divorce. After doing the whole meet the family, talk about moving in, blah blah blah, go out to dinner one night, they dropped to the effects of thanks for giving me the confidence to know that I can put myself out there again. As they explained it, they just needed to know if they could even go through the motions of a relationship. Well, at least you probably have a clue why they are divorced. Thanks for giving me the confidence to know that I can handle a 10-year-long marriage. You may go now. A guy who brought me to a coffee shop under the guise of a date and broke it off after we'd sat there for an hour talking about a movie he suggested I watch and told me he didn't think I could handle his anxiety. Turns out his anxiety was really another girl he was dating at the same time as me. I'd have just preferred the truth. People try so hard to not hurt each other's feelings or not feeling like a villain. They straight up forget the plain truth can be easier to process and move on from. Finally, one I can do. This kid at my school wouldn't date me because I am adopted. He can't trust not knowing who my parents really are. Maybe she was also adopted and was worried you two were long lost siblings. Layer? I have lupus and the guy said I don't want you to die before I do. He then proceeded to go for the crackhead with multiple DUIs. Nani? She was into really fat dudes and I was only kinda fat. You dodged a bullet, chubby. If he was any fatter, would be pretty damn hard to miss. I don't like girls that play RPG, says the lifelong RPG nerd. You must have been too good at grinding, or not good enough at grinding. Definitely one of these two. Everything else is just ridiculous. Didn't get asked out on a second date in college because my FP was too high. FP equals fat potential weight what? My ex would cancel plans at the last minute and explain in great detail it was so that I'd be disappointed. Which would make her feel guilty. Which would in turn make the guilt a form of self-punishment for disappointing me in the first place. And also so that we wouldn't do the thing she wanted to do. Which would make her disappointed by that fact as a further form of self-punishment for causing the disappointment. All of which would mean that I had inflicted negative emotions on her. That is the guilt and disappointment. So that she could be angry about the whole thing. Mercifully, that particular relationship didn't last too long. I'll give her mental gymnastics routine 9/10. My roommate's cat is really sick and needs to go to the vet. Can you take me home? I've got the only car in the house. 1 week later. Hey, how's the cat doing? What cat? If you're gonna lie, at least remember it for a week. My parents found out your black hangs up. That's a big oof. Sorry, oof. Acronym or onomatopoeia? Oof is the Roblox death noise, so when you get hurt or die your character goes oof. So when someone tells a story in which it sucks for them, oof is an appropriate response. But when it really sucks, you use big oof. Welcome to Gen Z linguistics. I'm really into you, but I still think I want to be with my boyfriend for a few more months. But when he goes back to Pennsylvania, we can start going out. Beach, I'm not a TV dinner. You can't pop me in the freezer and think I'll be ready to heat up when you're ready for me. She was totally trying to keep you on her hook. At least she was honest about it. High school girlfriend broke up with me after 2 years saying it was God's will we break up. God just did you a solid. I pardon you, God. You're officially pardoned from life. Zaps with death stick. Oh the smell. I'm stepping on it. Look, Ro, what's it smell like? Burnt toast. This girl used the most BS excuses like I'm only 8 and you're a registered sex offender. r/FBI open up. When I was 14, my best friend wrote me a 2-page breakup letter. In the letter she explained that she needed to improve her social standing, and that she couldn't do that and still be associated with me. She outlined her 14-step plan to become popular, and apparently step 3 was to cut ties with all her unpopular or weird friends. I only read a few lines before I gave it back and told her she was a moron, that it was a stupid plan, and that she could do all that and still be unpopular. She just smiled sadly and wished me well in life, unfriended me from everything and refused to even look at me for 2 months. Well, eventually she realized her plan was bullshit and that her relationship with the popular kids actually got worse because of it, sort of like the end half of Mean Girls, and came crawling back. I like to think I handled that whole situation with maturity and grace, but it really messed me up for a while, and it's still one of the most hurtful things a person has ever done to me at it. So she's still my best friend and I love her very much. Everybody does mean shit when they're kids. I did some pretty hurtful stuff to her as well during school. We're adults now, and we understand that there's more important shit than being popular. She's one of the greatest things in my life and I'm lucky to have her. She still writes me 2-page letters and her handwriting is tiny. Also, what the duck is up with all these teen girls writing breakup letters to their friends? We can't have all been that ducking dramatic. I need to stop hanging out with weird friends. Bitch, you're the weird friend. Girl made a step-by-step plan to become popular. She's definitely the weird friend. He told me it was weird dating someone so much younger, especially since I was just 1 year older than his little brother. This was lame, because he was only 2 years older than me. We were in high school. It was also a lie, because he later dated my best friend who was, admittedly, older than me. But only by 10 hours and 2 minutes. We had the same exact birthday. In first grade, my crush was asking around if someone could tie his shoes, because I guess he didn't know how to. Me wanting to tie his shoes and maybe talk to him said, I'll tie your shoes. And then he just said these shoes are a different tie. One stupid reason and one broken heart at 6-year-old. You dodged a bullet. Dude couldn't even tie his own shoe. I'll do a shot for every you dodged a bullet in this thread. You dodged a bullet, 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 you dodged a bullet. This will get buried, so my shame will not be laughed at by men. It was recently single from an 8-year relationship and thought I really hit it off with a girl from a co-ed flag football team. Got a number and on the call to try to set up a date. Didn't get the hint that she wasn't interested, even though every night I threw out she was washing her hair while doing taxes. I kept throwing out dates, thinking she had the most complicated set of taxes and hair shampoos known to man. I was going on 3 weeks out when I finally got the message. You're both equally dumb for letting it go that far. I asked a girl I had a crush on to prom, being very cheesy with my proposal too. I asked her before 3rd hour and she said that she doesn't want to because my dad is hotter. I instantly lost my feelings for her and ended up asking a hot freshman instead. Hey wanna go to the prom with me? Oh, sorry, but I'd rather go with your dad. Mind asking him for me? You're my sister, ask him yourself. R/hol up. Told me she's always on the go. What the hell does that even mean? You go to the same school as me. Where are you going? Well, judging by your username, I would say outside. Holy duck. Easy there, Chazard. Holy shit, you ducking killed them. I was playing Fortnite and I was matched up with a gamer girl and I asked for her Steam ID and she said no. F the saddest one so far. Finally something I can answer. I had a girl reject me, say, I can't date you because what if we go on a date to somewhere with stairs? I'm in a wheelchair. They see me rollin'. They hat in. That's your daily dose of the Reddit medic. Remember to subscribe for daily videos. Like for 1 week of good luck. This is the Reddit medic. It's a goddamn pandemic. Sub for daily videos. And don't forget to spread it. I'ma exit. Peace.